So, Michael, I think a lot of people think, where the hell did that come from? Where did that word come from? All of a sudden, the patriarchy is something we're talking about. And we never talked about that before.
Right.
And the patriarchy has no gender. Well, then what is it?
Yeah, they like to keep it nebulous, because then they can move it around and put it on anybody. But the patriarchy was supposedly, of course, domination by the patriarchs, by male, authority figures and so forth. And the West does not have a patriarchy. Okay, this is very clear. There are
the
some
Middle East. The Middle East has a patriarchy.
Yes, it does. That is a patriarchy. And interestingly enough, the Western feminists have no problem with
the Mid-Eastern patriarchy.
Yes, they don't critique it, and they actually will scold you severely if you talk about the hijab and anything like that. So it's a very weird thing. The reason why they keep it this way, so the patriarchy has no gender, so that they can paste it on anybody. Particularly what they like to do is people that are supposed to be in a victim class and don't behave properly for that victim class category, they go after those people with more vengeance than they do anyone. And that's the scariest thing. The president of the Heritage Foundation, African American woman, Kay Jones, I think it was her last name. She was elected to be on the advisory board of Google, right? And because she is conservative, the Google, what I call them, the Red Guard within the Google woke force, as I put it in the book, they went mad. I mean, and they called her everything from, transphobe and all that, to a white supremacist. They went after her with more vehemence than they go after the oppressors. So this just shows me that they're not interested in serving the subordinated. And I'm not saying there aren't subordinated people in this world. What I'm saying is the left uses them. They're just props.
Oh, yeah. And historically speaking, do we wake up from this before it's too late?
Let's just say this. The waking up is going to be scary for a lot of people, and I think it's going to have to be, they're going to be woken up by knocks on the door, in effect, metaphorically, at night. Like when they
start coming for them.
When the Cheka starts coming to your door and hauling you off to the gulag. Not effectively in the exact same way, but the more people that are going to be ripped down, called down, Me Too'd, whatever.
Right. The people that are right now being, kicked off of Twitter, kicked off of YouTube, Facebook, everything else, they include people like you. They include people who are effective and formally from their group.
Yeah.
When you wake up and come out and go, wait a minute, this is really dangerous, they stifle you. And at some point, the Niemöller poem is true. At first, they came for the trade unionist, and I wasn't a trade unionist, so I didn't care.
That's right, exactly.
Until they come for you.
I wasn't even talking about my type. I'm talking about African Americans, for example, Candace Owens, who doesn't behave properly according to the victim class.
Kanye West.
Yes, and even Clarence Thomas. It just would not conform, and so they, he said, he went through an electronic lynching. Yeah. Now it's digital lynching and digital disappearances, which is really what scares me.
Yeah, the depersonization.
Yes, depersoning or unpersoning.
Yeah, unpersoning.
Because once everybody is, first of all, they've made the public sphere basically irrelevant or limited to the digital sphere. So there's nowhere to really get to anybody with any message outside of the digital sphere. Then they have complete control over it, and it's privatized, so there's no state sanctions of anything. There's no rights. And so they're just erasing any opinions that they don't like.
And what's crazy is so many people in Silicon Valley that I've talked to, they all talk about the end of the nation state.
They want it.
They want it.
Definitely.
Because of that.
Yes.
There is no constitution. There are no laws. They make the laws, and they'll be able to shape society any way they want.
Yeah.
I'm a capitalist. I've never been, one that jumps on these, anti-capitalist, anti-corporate kind of bandwagons. But these corporations are truly becoming frightening.
Yeah.
And they're telling us what
Yeah.
they're going to do.